Does engine weigh 1,700 pounds, or am I stupid? Oh my goodness, it's going in. Oh, hold on, let me just, there we go. You can drop it. Oh my goodness, damn, it's in there.
Some of you OG Hoonigan fans will remember this old Dyna that I built on the channel. Well, you know what? One of my favorite parts about this bike is that I never have to worry about the battery going dead because I'm running an anti-gravity in it. And I have been for a number of years now. Now, this specific bike, it runs an ATX 20. It's got 680 cranking amps of power. Here's the cool thing about the anti-gravity batteries. One, they are ultra lightweight and they can be super compact. They also have a significantly longer lifespan. I have actually never had to use the restart button on this battery, and this bike has sat for months at a time. So if you want to pick up one of these for yourself and you want to get 15% off, click the link below, use the code word Hoonigan.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Hoonigan Project Cars. We are on part 2 of this build. That is correct. As you can see, everything is out the car. Ain't no engine in here. But the goal of today is to get this engine bay cleaned up, subframe swap. I do not know if the subframe we have, the stock Skyline one, is going to work with our S chassis mounts. So we do have an S14 front subframe, but before we can do any of that, we got to clean this up. And I got this beautiful parts package from Sikky Manufacturing out there in Bodymore, Murderland. So we got a lot of, as you can see, I opened it kind of, but got a lot of stuff in here. And then the piece de la resistance. This is my grandfather's LS. As you can see, right here, my name is on it, and they rebuilt this. It's nice and fresh, it's wrapped up. I don't wrap very many things that I do anything for. Kind of can say I'm living on the edge. This is my grandfather's LS CPR engines down in Compton, California. Rebuilt this bad boy. Texas Speed heads, Texas Speed BFD cams. Shout out to Zach, about to be chomping. At least that's how I hope it sounds. Forged bottom end, Texas Speed heads, cam. I don't know how much power I'm gonna make, but maybe we'll find out soon. So let's get into tearing down this car and let's have some fun. Enjoy. What's that box?
Automatic broadcasting system.
Making this hard for me. But in all seriousness right now, we're trying to delete the ABS as well. Is there anything beneficial by deleting this ABS?
No, honestly, from what I understand, the ABS units get kind of finicky in these older cars, so at this point, it's a track-only one, so we're just gonna delete it to make things easier.
Well, I'm supposed to drive this on the street.
Don't slam on the brakes.
Huh?
Don't.
What?
Don't slam on the brakes.
Why not?
Because then you'll...
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it won't go...
Basically what that does is it basically hits your brake really quick.
What you doing with them fingers?
Nothing.
What you doing with them fingers?
Nasty.
A little progress update. Matt and Gilbert were able to remove the ABS, and you're probably wondering, like, Gary, why didn't you do it? There's a very meticulous way of doing this without messing up the car. Matthew's very familiar with this, and the reason why he is, this is damn near an S chassis. For everybody that doesn't know, I hate to say this to all Skyline owners, but Skylines are nothing but really well-built S chassis. And as you can see, damn near, if you are familiar with an S14, which is a 96 through 98?
95 and up.
95 and up?
Well, yeah, 95 to 97, 98.
There you go. So everybody wondering, Gary, why are you guys taking off this whole subframe just to wash it? Look how much gunk is under here. Look at all this years of abuse, all this kind of stuff. So we got to remove front cross member, subframe, all of this fun stuff.
Yeah, front subframe, these are tension rod brackets, your tension rod, your control arm, and your AR knuckle, I think.
So all this is going so it can start clean. So the reason when you're doing an engine swap, you want everything to go back in clean, regardless of how you feel about it. It's just one of those things. It's better that this start off brand new and spick and span than dirty, because you wouldn't take a shit and half-ass wipe your ass and then put back on your drawers.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
So it's time for the moment of truth. Before we can do anything, I haven't seen what this engine looks like, so we're gonna unwrap this engine. I haven't seen it since I gave it to CPR really, and they put it in the engine washing thingy-ma-thingy. So we're gonna unwrap this, see what it looks like. I'm gonna have my boy Gilberto hold this. Oh wow, this is all the old, wow, look at that. Still smells like an old fire. That's all the old hardware. Oh wow, look at this. What's this? Oh, here we go. What is this? Oh, pistons, grams. Oh, they put all the specs. So this is the engine build sheet, so you know the parameters and speculations of it. Weight, is weight 17? Does the engine weigh 1,700 pounds, or am I stupid?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
The moment of truth is here now. Christ, they poured it. Look at these fucking valve springs. This is the engine. Here we go. We need the valve cover still. PRC was says somewhere on here. PRC heads. This is crazy. It's all new. Can I rotate this? Wow. Wow, you can see, there goes the cam inside there. You can see all in here. That's crazy. Then the oil pickup. Damn. This really his engine. Precision racing components, CNC ported cylinder head. This really it. This really happening. At first it's like you say it and then like you see it. It's like some people are like, man, I can't wait to do engine swap and piss off the internet. I'm over here, I can't wait to do engine swap to see my grandpa smile. It really hit different. Just came out a whole ass burnt car.
I'm not gonna cry.
A little bit of elbow grease, Scotch Brite, and degreaser. Got this sucker looking like a brand new Thanksgiving plate. Good. So what we need now is wait for those Holley parts to show up, soft mount all those parts, and when I say soft mount, like just put them on like finger tight, put the transmission on finger tight. That way when we put the engine in here, we know how much space we have in the engine bay. So I got told that the parts should be here in a couple days. We got the Sikky parts right here, sick ass Sikky cooler, koozie, Suki koozie, but I'll show you guys a couple of these parts. So right now, we got the CNC engine brackets, polyurethane bushings, and then this bad boy oil pan, and as you can see, this mother sucker smooth. So we gotta put this on the engine and just wait for the parts to come. Now it's just a waiting game. Hopefully they come soon. So see you in a couple days. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back, and guess what came in the mail finally? Our Holley parts finally came. Sac City transmission and our adapter kits, everything for adaptering, if that is a word.
It's not.
But today we are finally assembling this transmission, and then we also got our parts in the back, so we can get everything mocked up today, which is exciting. So transmission, engine, and everything should be able to go swiftly in this like a brand new shoe. Tighten it up, make everything work the first time, so that way when it's time to do fabrication and all that good stuff, we'll have no issues. So this is a CD09 from a Nissan 350Z. The reason we are using this, I'm familiar with 350Zs, he's familiar with 350Zs, Gilbert's doesn't know shit about 350Zs, but
What a loser.
they sound annoying, but they make great parts around them. Then we are using the QuickTime T56 bell housing with the Collins adapter, and you're probably wondering, why didn't you use a T56? Well, it's strong. A lot of people use transmissions, the CD09 for JZs, RBs, SR, KAs, LS, everything in the world. Now we got one, and that's what we know, and this bad boy is gonna help. The Collins adapter is gonna help, and then we got the Serial 9 short shift kit, probably one of the best short shift kits I've ever had. Thank you, Mr. Darrow in Canada. I appreciate you, and those lottery numbers are coming soon, so we gotta get gritty to the titty, to the nittity, 55th, whatever you wanna say, and cut this bad boy here. assemble this all up, and my boy Fabrication Matt back here, a trusted adult. Make sure if you've never done this before, have adult supervisions or adults who know what the fuck they're doing, because I would try to cut this, but then like I got this weird thing where my eyes don't work all the time. So let's get into this, open these boxes, and have some fun. My boy Daryl sent me love from Canada. I appreciate that, my boy. Transmission bracket, short shift relocation kit, adapter plate, bolts, and we got the transmission. Like we said before, pretty much you're gonna have to cut here, remove these bolts because that'll mate up there, and you'll put some sealant on that. And then the T56 bell housing should go onto that. And the short shift kit will bring this up further. If you see how long this is compared to that, that'll bring that much difference to your tunnel. So when you put the shifter relocation in there, you can pretty much keep your stock shifter location without having to feel weird, because some people are like, man, why is the shifter so far forward, sometimes far back? And with this one, they have multi-positionings on here so you can put it anywhere you want. Let's get to it, and we'll show you how to get it done.
You gotta cut behind the rib here. That way we can get access to the input shaft, or the input cover, whatever it's called. And that's where we bolt on the Collins adapter plate. So once we get it cut off, you'll have a better idea of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and always wear your eye protection, even if you're not cutting, because you never know when one of those goddamn digital discs are gonna hit you in the face. As you can see, it is cut now. Now we have to do some little modifications to this chingadera. Take this off, slap everything on. Low key, we gotta clean this off too, but Fabrication Mat is a goddamn Beyblade machine, so yeah, this is where we at. The next step, we gotta put the Serial 9 short shift adapter kit on here. So we got everything. So step one, take this out, assemble everything. We gonna figure it out real quick and I'll explain to you after. It's not coming out, James.
You want me to help?
But Jameson's magic hands. See, I need a fatter one. Ah, yes, finally. The cool thing about this is what we doubted, but we made sure you can access the bolt holes through the back of this.
We're gonna notch that so we can get access to that.
But this is a soft mock-up. So people who don't know what a soft mock-up is, that means you kind of put the parts on one time the first time, so you just don't go gung-ho. We soft mock up the engine so we can see where everything is. We make our marks, take it back out. If you're not putting the engine in and out, in and out, in and out like several times, then you ain't putting the engine in right. Ain't that right, boys?
Unless it's an engine that belongs in the car.
So as you can see, this is a front sump oil pan from Sikky, made for an S chassis. And since an R chassis is pretty much an overbuilt S chassis, we had to switch the subframes out because on the R chassis subframe, the engine mount sent 2 inches forward. So it'd be cool for it to sit forward more, but unfortunately with the steering shaft, everything has to play. So this is an S14 front subframe. So since we're doing a soft mock, this is the transmission that we have, and then that's the engine we have. And then we also have over here the Sikky engine mount, and let's put it on the engine. Moment of truth. will this drop in easily, or will this be one of those weeble wobble swaps?
Easy.
Think so? All right, hold on. Oh, do your thing. Oh my goodness. It's going in. Is it in on your side?
Yeah.
It's going to,
Yep. I'm in.
hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me just.
Okay.
There we go. You can drop it. Oh my goodness. Damn, it's in there. So what do we do with the rear? Do we have to go under the car? Yo, look at all that space. You know what I'm thinking?
Maybe you guys had it mounted on the front holes the both times and it shoved it back. Oh shit.
This is editor's note. You didn't hear any of that, but.
Yes, we did.
Hold on. Let's check the headers.
It's too far forward, right?
No, it's not.
Where's your shifter at?
Definitely not in the center.
No, I'm not centered, but is it
Not the center. That's a good face regardless.
I mean, you want me to be honest? Look where it's. So do we rotate the mounts now, or what
No,
happens?
you put the mounts in the front.
Where they
both
originally
sides.
were.
You know how you moved one back? You're gonna move both of them forward.
Yeah. 'Cause this is silly.
Are you?
I was looking at it, I was like, that's a whole lot of room there.
Me too. I was like, damn. So if we. So I was right the first time. We gotta move it again. Bang up this beautiful trans tunnel. Just a couple of bangs. The bang master over here did it. So now the part was hidden was these corners right here. This is making me anxious. All right, so what's going on right now, we got the engine in here. We have this piece of wood holding it from the firewall, but what we have to do is take the engine out again. We're gonna have to notch the, we're gonna have to cut the transmission pretty much right here so the 09 short shift kit can get through here. And also we're gonna have to bang out the tunnel just a little bit more because it's just a couple hairs off, and then we'd be able to cut the inside of the car where the shifter would go, and it should sit flush in here. And we'll call it a night, hopefully. Trans tunnel is cut, as you can see, took about 2 inches off. Trans tunnel is also banged up. In a perfect world, the trans goes in. Ooh, he made it smooth. Matt did his thing, boy. Look at that. Oh, it's a little sharp edge. It's okay. So y'all ready to see what this looks like mocked up in the car? This is what it looks like. Here we go. LS6 intake, still need to get valve covers, waiting for the front assembly, but this is like version 1 of the mock-up. We still gotta do the headers and a bunch of other little stuff, but right now the engine is bolted in, the trans is bolted in, and we're just gonna call it a night. Cowabunga, dude. Forged bottom end, PRC heads, Texas Free cams.
Cams, no, you got one cam.
Oh, sorry. I want a V8. You hear that thing? It's okay, RB. I still love you.
There we go. There we go.
LS power!